Hey, Faith Walkers, walk on in, walk on in, walk on in. This is Dr. Carter, your inspirational guide as well as your faith mentor. And I'm so glad that you have chosen to join me today. I started this Faith Over Fear channel to inspire you as well as inspire myself. And what I definitely give to you, Faith Walkers, I give to myself first of all, right? And I wanted to talk to you about this particular topic. There's a lot of things out there about the law of attraction, how to manifest things, and all of these different things. And I remember I was reading some comments on a video, and this lady was saying that the life coaches and the life gurus were telling them about the law of attraction, and they were telling them how to manifest things, and if you think hard on it, and it will manifest for you. But this is what I believe. I'm going to talk to you from a subject called God Has Your Back. And let me tell you about God has your back. God has your back. And the reason why I know God has your back, because I believe that everyone was put on this earth, has a calling. They have a purpose. God sent you down for a purpose. The Bible tells us that God knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. So he knew. God works backwards. He knew that there was something that you needed to achieve, that you needed to attain for him on this earth. So he placed you here in order for you to do that for the kingdom. And so when we align ourselves with God's perfect will for our lives, we'll see different types of miracles and manifestations that's happening. But I believe that there are pre-approved blessings for our life. And I'm going to give you an example. I remember I was praying one time, and I heard the Lord tell me, he said, Andrea, I've allowed you on many occasions to live out your permissive will, because I believe there's a permissive will, and I believe there's a perfect will God has for our lives. And God told me, I allowed you to open charter schools, I allowed you to open several businesses, but it was nice, but it was just not in his timing. What he wanted me to do something different. And so did it end up how I thought it should end? A lot of times it didn't. Sometimes it ended in chaos. Sometimes it ended in confusion. But that was not God's perfect will for my life. But a lot of times what we end up doing, Faith Walkers, is we adopt these things. We walk in our permissive will. And when it does not turn out how we think it should turn out, we blame God. And what I mean by that is, we were like, okay, God, I can't trust you because last time I did this and it didn't work out. Did he tell you to do that? Did we go back to the blueprint, not the drawing board, but the blueprint? Because it is already written before the beginning of the world. He said, I called you. So it was already written. So we go back to the blueprint. We go back to our manufacturer. We go back, who was God? We go back to our creator. And we say, Lord, what would you have me to do today? What would you have me to say today? Where would you have me to go today? And that's what I do in the morning. I meditate and I pray. And because the Lord said, I will direct your path. And he said the steps of the righteous man are ordered by him. They are ordered by him. They are instructed by him. But in order for us to be instructed by him, we have to surrender. That's just like when we're in the army. There are instructions that are given by the general. And we need to follow out on those instructions. And when if a soldier was to go out on a tangent on his own, then a lot of times without his platoon, without his group, a lot of times it will end up in chaos and confusion. But what we want to do, Faith Walkers, when she said that, when she asks about manifestation, when she asks about the life gurus and they say one thing, and if we do this, then we can manifest some things that we want in our lives. But this is what I say to you, Faith Walkers. What I say to you is when you get up in the morning, or even throughout the day, you begin to talk to the Creator, your manufacturer, the person who created you for this particular journey. And you seek out the Lord, and you ask him, Lord, what would you have me to do in this situation? Which way should I turn? Because God is going to direct you. If you ask him, he said, I am going to give it to you. That's what the Lord said. And sometimes he gives us, I remember on a couple of occasions, I would talk to people, and they would talk to me and say, hey, they have a problem. And I said, hey, well, did you talk to God about it? Yeah, but he didn't respond. I've learned, even in my journey, God responded, but when God does not give us the answer that we are seeking, a lot of times we say we don't hear him. A lot of times we say we don't hear him. But we have to trust God enough with our joy. We have to trust God. It's imperative that we trust God enough with our joy to obey him. And one of the things God told me, he said, well, Andrea, because of the fact that you wouldn't move and allow me to move freely in your life, you was actually stunning your growth in me. So faith walkers, I want you to know that you can trust God with your joy, because God has your back. And when somebody has your back, they're your ride or die partner. There's one thing, we have a lot of friends. I know we have friends from childhood. Some of you have friends for 30 or 40 years. And some of you have friends that you just recently met. But I want to let you know that nobody can be more of a friend to you than God. God is not a man, so he can't lie. He's not going to lie to you. He's not going to fail you. And he's your creator, and he knows much more about you than you actually know for yourself. Okay? So I just wanted to talk to you real quick about God has your back, and that God has called you for a purpose. And as you begin to seek out God, as you begin to speak to God in the mornings, throughout the noonday, throughout the evenings, and ask him for direction, God is going to deliver. He is going to respond. He is going to answer. And I want you, and I admonish you, faith walkers, to trust God enough to not only hear, but to listen and to act. Not only hear, but to listen and to act. And I'm telling you, faith walkers, and act means to have faith to move out on the things that God has told you to do. And God has your back. So regarding manifestation, regarding, oh, I want this car, or I want this house, just ask God, Lord, send me what you divinely want me to have, because they are pre-approved blessings that God has for you. And what I've learned on this journey, that I don't want anything that's not assigned to me, because I have learned that those things that you get, or I've never really got anything from ill gain, but with those things that you get that are not assigned to you, they're going to bring more harm than good. They're going to do more harm than good. Because at that point, we're playing the manufacturer. We're playing the creator. God knows what we need and when we need it. And what I think we should do, faith walkers, is just pray that, Lord, make me the right person at the right time. Because God has prepares places for us along our journey. And just make us the right person at the right time, Lord. And until next time, faith walkers, I want you to remember that God has your back. We don't have to conjure up anything. We don't have to conjure up any promises. We don't have to act as if we are missing out, or we have to catch up. We don't have to do that, faith walkers, because God has a perfect plan for our life, and he will bring it to manifestation. He will bring it to fruition in his time. All we are instructed to do is seek him. He says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. That's what God said. He said to seek him first, and everything else, faith walkers, will be added. He didn't say seek those things that were added first. He said seek after him first. And what does that mean? Look for him. Where are you, God? What would you like for me to do today? What would you like for me to say today? Who would you like for me to connect with today, God? And faith walkers, I really, really, truly love you. And I'm going to leave you with this one thing, faith walkers. I had a couple of multi-million-dollar deals on the table that I was asked to connect with some business owners. And God said, no, I just want you to talk to my people in this season. I want you to tell them that they have purpose. I want you to tell them that they were called. I want you to tell them that I want them to experience me like they've never experienced me before. So I want, during this time that we're together, faith walkers, because I'm going to be uploading several videos so that we can connect together and connect with the Father. So I want to leave you with this. God has your back, faith walkers. When we're walking in uncertainty, that means that check your connection with God. Check your connection. Check your connection, faith walkers, because God has your back. And until next time, hit that like button, subscribe, feel free to leave comments, and always faith over fear.